Hi guys, you're welcome again to another episode with Senator Kelesi and you. And I am going to be exploring a topic that is in development now that everybody is talking about and everybody is thinking about in Germany. And if you are planning to come to Germany and live here, this will be of interest to you. If you're already in Germany, this will also be of greater interest to you. And what am I talking about? It is about the German citizenship. In 2024, there was a historic change in the German citizenship laws, a modernization that came up and made it easy for people to be able to get the German nationality after 5 years of residing in Germany. Not only 5 years, there was also the aspect of 3 years, which was called the Turbo-Naturalization, where if somebody is well integrated, as they put it, the person could be able to get the citizenship in 3 years. So after this change in the German citizenship, a lot of things have already been happening over time. Now we are in 2026. And now, as of the end of 2025, getting into 2026, certain changes also set in, and this is because a new government in place, the CDU, they are in coalition with the SPD. They made some changes, and the new change was that the Turbo-Naturalization was abolished, and so nobody could be able to get it again after 3 years, though there is an exception for a certain group of people, which I am going to mention in this video. Just in February, the CDU had their conference and they already proposed some changes, pushing that the naturalization timing should go back to 8 years. So they are pushing for this change, where if somebody wants to get the German nationality, that should be after 8 years, and making the rules again a little more strict and making sure that people are well integrated in Germany. If you are new to my channel, of course, click the subscribe button and share these videos when you watch them. Drop a comment and also send a like or a heart, and that is going to help me give an impression of what I am doing to serve you, my community. Thank you very much, because I know you're going to do that. So for now, the standard is still that if you live here, if you have lived in Germany for up to 5 years, you can be able to apply for German citizenship. That is the standard now, but we don't know what can happen in the coming days or in the coming months. So the legislature is arguing that integration is something that takes time, which means to them 3 years is too small for someone to be able to integrate into a new community. 3 years is so small for Germany to actually know that this person is well integrated into their society. And that is why there is the push from the CDU to get back to the 8 years where it was before 2024. And this return can affect a lot of people. So the CDU at the moment have a stance that anybody who comes to Germany or who is living in Germany should be in Germany for at least 8 years before the person can be able to apply for the German citizenship. So they feel that integration is not something you just jump into, but it should take time. They are saying that 5 years is insufficient to be well integrated. I would also like to know your opinion on this. Do you think 5 years is enough? But yeah, that is the argument they are pushing forward. So now, they also feel that if it continues to go for 5 years, just 5 years, somebody lives there just for 5 years and is able to get the passport, it will mean the passport will be losing its value. That is one argument they have. And also, I could love to have your opinion on that. And so they want us to bring stricter measures and also make it rigorous. They want that each person who is getting the German nationality should really show constitutional loyalty in various aspects of life before that person is handed the German passport. That is what they think. That is what the CDU is going for. And also, you should know that at the moment, the dual nationality or the dual citizenship still holds. But then there are still other members of the CDU who are arguing against this. What you should know is that at the moment, dual nationality still stands. The 5 years naturalization still stands. So the question now is, what does this actually mean to applicants? If you applied under the 3-year rule, that is before October 2025, before this law, before the Turbo-Naturalization was abolished, if you applied at that time, your application would be in what is called a legal gray zone. And experts are actually recommending that they should try to reinterpret it, especially in a situation where over time, from when you applied, if you have clocked 5 years, then your application now should be reconsidered as somebody who applied after 5 years. That is possible. They may only need that you give extra documents, but this is what some experts are advising. And so the number of applications just in 2024 went well over 300,000. There were so much to handle that the authorities were struggling to handle them. And so if the law changes to 8 years, when you had already applied and your application was pending, there is the possibility that your application will still be processed because you applied at the time that the law was different. So what am I even saying? What am I telling you? If you have not applied and you have already reached 5 years in Germany, this is the time to apply. Don't waste any further time. Because if you apply now, you can have a legal argument if things change. But remember that some of these things can actually involve a lot of legal issues here and there if the law changes and they are not accepting to process your application. But then the advice is that you should apply, because if you apply now and things change and so the law goes back to 8 years, they will try to apply what is called protection of legitimate expectations. Protection of legitimate expectations. And if it goes to that, well, it may involve legal issues, but at the end you might get your citizenship. So apply now. If you haven't applied, don't wait. The next thing is focus on language. Focus on language. Why am I saying that you should focus on language? It is because a lot of things are evolving, and try to aim for B2. Again, normally the application is with B1, but if you're focusing on language now, try to aim for B2. And then also there should be financial independence. Seek to have financial independence. Have nothing to do with job center money or social benefits. In that case, when you do your application, it will be clear that this is somebody who is working hard and wants to integrate in Germany. Because integration also means that you can live independently and you can do things on your own and not depending on the state for your livelihood. So this is what I thought to bring to you today. You should know that things might change with respect to German citizenship. If you act now, you might catch up with time. If you're still to come to Germany, then you should know that this is a change that might be coming, and you should prepare yourself psychologically, mentally, such that you don't have expectations that are not within reach when you are coming here. Thank you for watching Senator Kelesi and you. And of course, if you're new, subscribe and share the videos. Also leave a comment when you watch.